3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 694. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, I have Unknown, a.k.a. Matt, a.k.a. Melvar. I have
How's it
Rob.
going?
Yes.
Hello.
We also have Chris.
Yep.
Diecast.
Yo.
Dawn.
Hello.
And John DeLuna. I don't know if John's toy hunting this week or not.
Not this week. I'm outside watching my dog, do his thing.
Oh, great. Cool. Okay. I am in my office smelling after my cat just did its thing.
Oh, just like the old days.
Yeah, it's just like the RFC Returns Year 1.
Yeah, basically. God, it was horrible. Every week like clockwork. Oh, man. So let's see. What do we got going? So this past weekend was PulseCon. And boy, are our arms tired. Doesn't make any sense, I know. So we'll get into that here in a few minutes. But what else going on? So we posted a new episode of that one episode of Star Trek to our Patreon.
Yeah.
And by the time you hear this, we'll have the episode that we posted to Patreon 2 weeks ago. That will be on the site at tfradio.net. So for those of you who don't know, our classic podcast, Superhero Time Presents, that one episode of Star Trek, hosted by Chris here, is back, and you get it 2 weeks early on Patreon at all levels, all tiers. Patreon.com/tfradio. What's the newest episode? Was it The Child?
The one that just went up on Patreon is The Child. We recorded a new episode yesterday, which will go up on the Patreon feed in like a week and a half now.
Yeah.
And that was Disaster from Season 5 of Next Generation.
I'm trying to remember which episode that was.
That's the one where Riker carries Data's head through the Jeffries tubes.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that part's implied because they didn't want to go the special effects trouble for that or dig out the mannequin head of Data they had.
Yeah.
It's the episode that can mostly be summed up by, meanwhile...
Yeah, okay. And Season 5 is good. That's the sad part. Season 5 is...
Oh, Season 5 is great. Season 4 and Season 5 are the high point of Next Generation by far.
I would go 5 and 6. My favorite episodes are in 6.
No, you're just incorrect.
Okay.
6 has some good episodes, but like Season 4 and Season 5 just together have so much stronger focus on what the show is.
I get it. Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll have that posted here in about a week and a half, but by the time you're listening, we'll have The Child. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
But I think we can all can agree that season 2 of Pulaski is the worst.
What's wrong with Pulaski?
You be
I
quiet,
hate her.
John. You be quiet.
I hate her. I'm glad she left. She just was not a fun character.
What's wrong with Pulaski? Can't she fight without the headmasters?
Nice. Oh, man. So, let's see here. What else? If you're just mentioning Patreon, we were doing our Hot 5 podcast that's being posted each week. I need to record it for this week, this coming week. Maybe I'll get some folks on to do that. I'll send an email out to see who's up for it. But I really enjoy doing that. That is the podcast where we look back this week in history on the 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40 years ago. And, God, there's a lot of stuff that's happening 35 years ago right now, and it hurts. So that's not going to get any better. Not for a while.
Just like my neck and upper back.
Yeah, I know. So we have that going on. What else? Is there anything else worth mentioning to bring up?
tfradio.net/Discord. Come chat with us.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's jump to who got anything this week. Rob, let's start with you.
Okay, I got the PulseCon-exclusive Quintesson Pit of Judgment today. So,
Hey!
yeah,
Jealous.
that is a really nice set. Man, where to start? Well, first off, just from what other people have been saying on Twitter about the Voyager Quintesson, it was worth it just to not have to assemble the thing. Because, yeah, in the one in this box comes with all of its faces pre-applied. So there, you do not have to wrestle with the one that will not fit in the standard Earthrise Voyager box. And unsurprisingly, as a Transformer, that thing is deeply weird. But I really do like it. It's a nice. I don't know. I just like that there's a fixture that goes in with all these base pieces that's that large. It's again, it's weird, but it's a neat idea and I like it. The other major significant piece in the thing, the Bailiff, is I also got the Alicon this week, and it's interesting to compare the two. They're almost identical. There's some cosmetic differences. Bailiff's got different head and shoulders, and I think Beast Mode head.
I think the robot chest is different too. I may be mistaken though.
I think you may be right because it fits the head just stays sitting up a little bit better than the Alicon's does, because that's a little bit rattly on mine. But yeah, I really do like that. It looks, the new head looks good. The only thing that is confusing to me about it is that for some reason they decided to put the screws so that they would the screws face forward in robot mode and backwards in beast mode, which is pretty much the opposite of what I would have done with that.
I suspect they designed this with the thinking that most people are going to want to display the Alicon in its alligator monster mode versus the robot mode, so they prioritized that, not having the screw holes.
Yeah, that would make sense, I guess. It just, like I said, I'm pretty sure, again, Bailiff has different shoulders, so considering that the differences, I would have kind of probably let the screws facing backwards on that if possible. But minor thing, really. My Prosecutor, the only part on that moves is the head, which came separate from the body and was rattling around in the box. Actually, both the head and the body were. The head does not fit too securely on mine. Hopefully that's a localized thing. Hopefully that's just a one-off. It's just like Kranix. It's basically a static figure for display, so I'm not too worried about it. It will sit somewhere and its head will stay on and it will not.
And glue if necessary.
Yes, glue or thread seal tape would probably do the job too if you want to do something a little less invasive.
Yeah.
And of course, there is another gnaw, which I have not removed from the package yet, because I know what a gnaw is like. And also, Kranix is staying in there until I have some place to display them, because I don't want him to get lost and rattle around in there, because he's even smaller than Prosecutor.
How's the packaging in person?
Yeah.
The packaging is really lovely. I'd pull it over, but I don't want to make a bunch of rattling noises on mic. But yeah, it's a nice set. It's fairly, cardboard obviously, but it's fairly sturdy, and I did not have any trouble getting anything loose from it without doing damage. So
How easy is it to put things back and display them?
Now that is the question. That once you cut the plastic ties, there is really no holding anything in place anymore.
I think I'm just gonna leave it.
That's what I would really wanted to get two of those so I could leave one in package, but
I would not blame anybody who did. Yeah, I would not blame anybody who did, because yeah, like I said, once you take the stuff loose, it's loose. There's not a lot you can do about that. And just like that Throne of the Primes thing from a few years ago, I'm not sure how easy it would actually be to get all of the plastic frames loose without damaging the interior. That could be tricky.
Okay.
Well, as I remember the Throne of the Primes thing, some of those plastic parts were kind of integral to the structure of that throne, so it kind of took some study to figure out what had to stay and what could go.
Yeah. So yeah, but overall, I mean, it's definitely worth what I paid, again, just for the value of not having to put the Quintesson together. From all the people who've been talking about getting that last face on and what torture it is.
In my experience, I didn't have any notable problem putting the faces on my retail Quintessons.
Okay, good. I've seen a couple of different people who've talked about it, so it may just be a minor running thing. But,
Also, a quick question from the Discord: would Rob say he was knowledgeable from Bromil?
Sure. But beyond that, which was, obviously the big thing for the week, I also did get, like I said, the Alicon. Very nice. I like it. And I did get Double Crosser, who is, who turns into a plank. It's it feels slightly more elaborate than Sound Barrier just because of how the forearms form another set of connectors and have to be arranged specifically for the plank mode, but it's still a little robot that turns into a plank. I still need to double back for his plank because I have not gotten any.
Yeah, Sound Barrier came out like a whole lifetime ago. It feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
But I do also feel, for the record, that Double Crosser is a little bit more secure in plank mode than Sound Barrier was. Sound Barrier never quite felt like fully attached to the backing when it was in plank mode for me, and this just all fits up really pretty securely. So it's a good figure. Definitely, it was retail on Amazon, definitely. But,
cool.
And I'm pretty sure that's everything I got this week.
Okay.
Nice.
Who else? Don?
Yeah, I'll go. This week I didn't get a lot of Hasbro stuff.
Theft.
So
Kidding.
But I did pick up a lot. Basically, hole fillers I've had on my eBay watch list for about a year plus. Off topic.
For which toy?
Several toys.
Which toy? Like, what holes are you filling? Like, is it for legs?
Masterpiece. Just a few masterpieces.
I'm sorry, I'm making a stupid filler joke because that's become like a popular third-party item.
Oh, okay.
To fill holes like in a leg. Okay.
No, when Don says filler, he means he's taking some extended stops on his way to Namek.
Yeah, Dragon Ball joke. Okay. One thing I picked up off topic, Target had marked down the Data East plug and play system to like $15. No, I'm sorry, $19, $19.99.
Who made it, Don?
And it's got
was it Retrobed or somebody else?
let me look. I'm not sure.
Retrobed, I would consider it.
My Arcade out of Torrance, California.
Not familiar with it. Okay.
I'm not familiar with that. But it's got a bunch of the inspired by games, but the 8 Data East games it's got is B Wings, Side Pocket, which is a golf game, Breakthrough,
It's a pool game.
Heavy Barrel, Karate Champ, which I used to play the crap out of, Burger Time, Caveman something,
games.
I can't. Caveman game, and Bad Dudes, which was a really fun side scroller. But I mainly got it for Karate Champ and Burger Time and Heavy Barrel. So $20. That's a lot of games that I like from Data East.
Quick question.
On top, yes.
Have you tried it yet? Is it the NES versions of those games or the arcade versions, or do you know exactly what's on there?
No, I don't, because I just now the other day got my 27-inch Sony Trinitron moved into the new bedroom, which because it's a very heavy television. It's a one-piece glass tube, and the retro games look better on a CRT screen than on the flat screen. So I'm going to set up a gaming system there because I've got the Coleco plug and play. I've got the 2 of the Ataris. I've got the Sega. I've got the Intellivision. And then I've got this. So I've got several of the retro systems. I just need to set up a shelf that I can play everything on that television.
Fair enough. If you remember, let me know when you find out, because I'll be curious.
Well, I never had most of these games on the NES, so I'm not sure what version is which. I just remember the arcades, because our arcade gaming is what I grew up with. But I'll definitely try to remember. What I picked up this week was, like I said, a lot of hole fillers from my Masterpiece collection and a few oddball things. I picked up the KO of
Theft.
Tiger Tracks.
Is that
Again,
good that time?
it's I wanted to. I wanted to get Clampdown, but there is no KO of Clampdown, and he still goes about $100. But his QC is not as good as a few of the others I've got. But again, I got it for like 30 ships. Again, it's just there to sort of fill the hole in Masterpiece. One thing I had been looking at that the QC is very solid on is Target Master Hot Rod. I picked up the KO of that. Again, I didn't want to buy Hot Rod a second time, but I did want to have the Target Master version, and the QC on this is really solid. I mean, it feels to me almost like the regular Masterpiece. There's that. I picked up. I talked last week about how Cup could be Orion packs. Well, what made me think of that was the Mech Fan Toys. They redid their Cup into Orion packs, which I thought would be nice to have on an Optimus Prime shelf, because he does have that similar silhouette to me from Mordall. So I picked that up.
I just assumed when you said that you were referencing from like where they the eHobby one did that, and they referenced that again in Titan Return.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one too. Both of them kind of made me think of that, but I ordered that the day before we had the show last week, so that's what I was thinking of originally. And I picked up, because one of my plans is when I get my collector room done, I am going to have a Dinobot shelf, as everybody should, because Dinobots are great. I picked up a set of the KO Dinobots in the box. Sorry.
Oh, I'll let that pass since Hasbro is no longer producing those.
Yeah, and that way, and that right there, I got the whole set for about $110 shipped, and that's all 5 Dinobots.
The collector's market.
And
You
again,
gotta you gotta preserve the collector value.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that. It's just, I just wanted them to look good in the box like they do as a backdrop on the Dinobot shelf. So, I picked the...
Leave a sticky note on them for, just so if anyone has to come in and sell your stuff, they know, like, oh, these are KOs. They're not real. We can't sell them for lots of money.
It doesn't matter at that point.
It doesn't?
Not Dom's problem anymore.
Yeah.
No.
It's not his problem, but...
Well, it'll be my next incarnation once I regenerate. Then he'll have to deal with that. And the other thing I got, two things I got. I was at Ross and I got a Chromia for $5. I never bought this version of Chromia, and I figured $5, why not? Because there was no price on it, so they picked something close to it and rang it up. So nice. $5 for a Chromia. But the main thing that I got, that I've been wanting a long time. I mentioned last week I got the LeBron colored Optimus Prime.
Yeah, you stole it. Yeah, I remember.
This is the one, because the seller had both of them in stock. So I got the G1 cell shaded. Now this is the slight upscale, the MPP10 that Wajang did, but this is the cell shaded version. And this version here, the eyes light up.
It's not coming across that it really works well with that one.
He probably got a good deal on that since they're trying to get rid of all those before they get seized.
Well, I got this one and the LeBron one for $102 shipped. So, again, I've been looking at this cell shaded one for a long time, and when I saw that the price, everyone else was selling it for $99 and up, and it was a reputable buyer that I've dealt with before, and it was $52 with free shipping. So I went ahead and jumped on it to add it to my Prime shelf. So again, it's just stuff I wanted to fill holes in my collection, or you didn't want to put a lot of money into G1 original Dinobots just for display pieces. So
I mean, if you were a true fan, Don, you would make that investment.
Mm-hmm.
Not if what I have coming from Chosen Prime comes next week.
Oh,
there was some Dinonomics in not going for the real Dinobots because of what's coming in that box. So there's that. And that's everything I got.
Sweet.
Except Cribbly Pet.
Who else? Matt?
Yeah. So I got the best toys this week. I
Oh,
got
sweet.
Quintesson Judges,
Nice.
2 of them, and I absolutely adore them. They are wonderful. I just whoever is making these Quintesson toys was thinking of me. I am sure of it.
They are love.
How was your experience putting the extra faces on?
Out of the 2 figures, I did have a problem with one face. So, 1 out of 4 is not bad.
Yeah.
And I also got from Hasbro Pulse, same place. I got 2 Centurion droids.
Oh, yeah.
2 Centurion drones, and I got almost all of the pieces with them.
Almost.
Yeah. One of them came missing his gun. So, if I put him in tank mode, he doesn't have a barrel for his cannon, which is unfortunate. I've contacted customer service. I'm waiting for a reply. And if you ordered them, check your accessory packs, because the one that is missing his gun was also missing the Megatron pistol out of it. I'm not too concerned about anything missing out of that pack, because I do have, all the stuff from the other one, so I'll let that go. But I do kind of want the Centurion's gun. And I also I dropped his helmet. Z Ranger 5 Red. Even though I am loath to buy more Tommies, even though I'm loath to buy more Tommies, I do need to complete teams. So
That's a heavy helmet to make that much noise when you drop it.
Was that V'ger? Right? Was that the V'ger sound?
I don't know. I don't even know what that hit off of. But
a spring on the microphone arm?
maybe.
I'm leaving the den.
And that's all I got this week. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Diecast. Chris.
Oh. Yeah, I've only got this, so I'll just talk about this quickly. I got Centurion drones too. I got a pair of them. Mine came with all their parts, and the 2 accessory packs also had their complete inventories. I was thinking before the show, so I bought 2 because it was limit 2 on Pulse. I got these when they were still up for $19.99 each. I would have bought more if the limit wasn't 2, so I'm getting a 3rd one from Hey Mickey, who only wanted the accessory pack out of this offering. So I'll have that at some time in the near future. I'm not in a big hurry for it. But I was thinking how ridiculous it is. Brunt is my least favorite weaponizer mold, and it's the one I have the most copies of by far. Because I have 3 Brunts, I have Zatar, and now I've got 2 of these and a 3rd one on the way. So that I think probably outnumbers every other weaponizer mold I have 2-to-1.
He may not transform well. He is you have to pull him apart and rearrange pieces. But I mean the robot mode looks fantastic. I love.
Yeah, when I say he's not my favorite weaponizer mold, you can't do really anything with his parts. He is not very friendly to the weaponizing gimmick.
Yeah, he is not really made of weapons.
No, and for the purpose of this, especially for the Centurion drone, I'm fine with it having dedicated robot parts more than half robot part, half handgun. And yeah, the tank mode looks great. I don't hold it against any of the weaponizers that they don't transform as such. But I do generally like COG and 6-gun better just overall as toys. But yeah, I have more of this than anything. The accessory pack, I'm alarmed by some of the things in that ended up being clear plastic just because, they had to economize what was going where. So that whole Ravage cage is clear plastic painted over in glossy black, which makes me terrified for the pegs that hold it together. Because when you have to pull the halves apart to try to open it up, you can't do it evenly. So one set, you're kind of bending at them a little bit when you get the other side open. It's a bit harrowing. I've already seen a picture where someone's Megatron mace has broken because that's hard, solid, clear plastic. The Prime Axe looks similarly scary, but at least doesn't have a long, thin part that's holding on to some of it. The small accessories are pretty nice looking, but almost all of them need paint. It's an interesting experiment that they did, and I kind of wish that they could have done a little bit more with it than they did. It feels like it's about 85% of the way there to being something that I'd be really, really happy with. As it is, it's kind of an interesting oddity that came with the Centurion drones that I've wanted for over a year.
I would like to
you know-
see them take another stab at it in the future, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely this is something I would like to see them revisit, maybe with some learnings about like what they had to maybe give up in the process of doing this, what they could do better. Like I would like to see a second iteration of this just to see how they could improve on the process, assuming hopefully they recognize that, you know, there is room to improve on this process. But that's all I got this week. If Amazon's delivery estimates are correct, I'll have a ton of stuff next week, as will, I think, most of us.
Yeah, cool. Let's see here. Diecast.
Yep. I'll go with some unofficial stuff first. I got, or not unofficial, I'm sorry. Snake
Off topic.
Supreme Cobra Commander.
Where did that come from? Is that Pulse?
That is Pulse.
Why didn't I
Yeah,
get
that was a
mine?
PulseCon exclusive, isn't it?
PulseCon. Yep.
Yeah, Triple
Very
got that
nice.
too, and I'm like, mine hasn't shipped. I haven't even gotten a shipping notification for it.
Boy, Hasbro doesn't
nice
love you
thing-
anymore.
Nope.
Is, and I really love when they do this, and they do this a lot with the the exclusive packagings and stuff. But you can, kind of display him in.
Oh, that's
package
cool!
if you want. So
Nice.
I love that you don't have to just actually take him out of packaging to have it displayed. And it's got this nice little cutout on the back here for the slip cover that just goes over the design.
Oh wow, they did a really
Dang.
good job on that packaging.
Really nice job. I think it's back on pre-order at Hasbro Pulse. If you
Yeah, because
want
the
it,
way I understand
check
it,
it
they're
out.
actually going to do some second production runs for some of the exclusives that sold out. So it
Yep.
will take a number of months for that stuff to become available again. But if you put
Yeah,
in a
like-
pre-order while they're up on that status, like you can get one at a later date.
In like March or April, I think, or some of the dates I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also got Power Rangers Lord Draken Evo 3. or
Evo
whatever.
3.
This one you have to actually cut it apart to
Oh.
open it up and display it. So I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I think it came yesterday. So it was like Cobra Commander came Monday. This came yesterday. And then
That's the Tommy that I didn't feel the need to buy.
today I got this.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Rob to go first, because I kind of had a suspicion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was totally fine with that. But yeah, look how nice it is, Matt. I mean, it's I got the gray. He's kind of got that gray.
For 99% of our
egg
audience,
color.
he got the Quintesson.
Pit of
Yeah.
Judgment.
Yeah, Pit of
The
Judgment.
Pit of Judgment. Yeah, I like how they have the Sharkticon just chilling at the bottom, waiting for Kranix to fall in.
Yeah,
It's-
he's the last survivor of Lithone.
yeah,
Not for long.
Not for long. Yeah.
yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah, and unlike Rob's, my guys seem to have my guy seems to have his head on. So
Good.
it's a shame. I kind of don't want to open the packaging, but it's kind of big too, so I kind of do.
Yeah,
Like,
I wasn't expecting the packaging to be quite that large.
Yeah,
It seems like it's on par from like what Throne of the Primes was.
but I think I like the regular release of the Quintesson Judge better than the one in here. But I have two of the regular releases, and then now I have this one. So I think 3. That's the right number, Matt, right? 3?
3 minimum. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they are
Oh.
Quintesson, so maybe you should have 5.
Well, one for each
being a
face.
different
Yeah.
color is, that's okay, right?
That just means he's in charge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, boy, I want more of this guy. I wish that
The bailiff.
the bailiff. I really like his sculpt. I like his points. I would like, please do some more bailiffs.
I
Maybe
still
you could
think
do different-
I'll reiterate the idea again. Like the bailiff in that set, the deco for is based on a fan colored model sheet. Which, when you search for the bailiff on Google image search, it's the first thing that comes up. But the bailiff appeared in the cartoon in just Alicon colors, the same thing that the retail Alicon was decoed as. I could totally see the Bailiff being a future selects thing in the TV accurate colors, so they would get another use out of that retool and offer the like media correct colors on it.
Oh, I'd be fine with that as long as
Yeah.
they let me order more than one. Like
Yeah.
I need 2 minimum. And then the one thing I got from Entertainment Earth, which seems like it took, had to go around the Earth to get here, was a hot house. And I really like his colors
Well, so what day did yours come?
today.
Wow, that's like you got yours a complete week later than mine. That's kind of staggering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, where did that come from, Diecast?
He said Entertainment Earth.
Sorry, I couldn't hear there for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was Entertainment Earth. But yeah, he is beautiful. He's every color I would want on a Transformer.
All at once.
He's very vibrant.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's all I got this week.
John, did you get anything? Oh, yeah, you got something.
Oh, yeah, I did. I got everything. Let's see. I got the Centurion drones. That's the thing I got that everybody else got. I did not lose my Tiny Optimus Prime. I taped him to the inside of the box the minute I identified what the spec in that bag was. I think he's small enough to fall out of the holes in the bag, isn't he? Like he can just like fall out of the accessory plastic bag.
He's very tiny.
Yeah, that's possible.
So good planning there. But yeah, if you spot your Tiny Optimus, I highly recommend you secure him to something.
I don't think I got him. I'm looking in my bag and I don't see him.
Panic. Just look 2 or 3 times, Diecast. He is right at half an inch tall, a smidge less than that actually, and that's
way
just
less,
height.
way less than that.
Yeah. He is like as far as mass goes, like that doesn't begin to tell you how small he is. Anyway, yeah. So the more interesting thing I got was in my my hunt for archival stuff. I got a 1986 line art catalog from Hasbro. So this is an internal / like professional. Diecast found it. So this is like an internal / B2B catalog of line art. So actually, I had been thinking about this a while before I secured this 86 catalog, and I have the 89 catalog on the way. But those newspaper ads and the mailer ads from G1 where you would see your local newspaper or whatnot have an advertisement for G.I. Joe on sale, Transformers on sale, $2.99, that kind of thing. And the artwork is line art, black and white, just line art of the different toys. Well, obviously that line art is consistent from one market to another. It's obviously like, control art. And so I had been wondering for a while, like, obviously that is centralized somewhere. Like, how does that work? And where does that come from? And lo and behold, I come across and I obtained this catalog. And so it's a catalog published by Hasbro and distributed to newspapers and publications and things like that. And it's that line art. So it's unique black and white artwork of the toys, of the product. And it's the exact art that you see in like 1986 newspaper ads and mailers and things like that.
Does
Like
Crazy
I said, like
Steve
KB,
know about this? Is my question.
I don't know, but like KB Toy Store ads and junk like that in the Toledo newspaper, all across America. Anyway, that artwork is all in this catalog, including logos of different sizes. There are different, there's small, medium, and large versions of the art for your choosing, depending on how big your ad is in your newspaper. So again, like, these days you can just scale stuff on your computer. Back then, they had to basically kind of redraw and modify stuff more or less manually based on if you're going to have a big ad or a small ad in the newspaper. All that artwork's in there. And it's boys, it's girls, it's Transformers, it's G.I. Joe, it's Wuzzles. It's Disney, because at that time, Hasbro has had an on and off again relationship with Disney, but at the time they had multiple Disney properties. It's awesome. It also includes the standard copy that you're supposed to use in your newspaper ads for every class of toy. So, if you're going to run an ad for Devastator, this is the copy that you have to use in your newspaper ad. Like, they spell that all out for you to the letter. And it's really cool. So that is another piece of stuff that will eventually go into digital form, and I'll share it with the world. I have been looking at scanners that they make specifically to scan books. So that's another rabbit hole I'm going down. But yeah, I do fully intend to digitize all this stuff. And yes, this was an interesting peek into kind of like how the sausage is made, and kind of like how that line art, which again, you rarely see outside of a very specific need, how that gets created and distributed and whatnot. And the other cool thing is, like, on the back of a lot of these catalogs, it gives you like the contact information for your regional Hasbro office. So again, back then, if you were a independent toy dealer in California, you had like the West Coast office to talk to. And then if you're in Texas, you have the central office to talk to. Anyway, it's really cool stuff. And it just seems so like analog and not digital, and, very like human, like everything is just so manual. Anyway, it's awesome, and I'm really happy with that find.
That is amazing.
No, that's amazing.
You also got something else too, John, didn't you?
I don't know. What are you hinting at? I forgot.
It's big, and it's white and green.
It's big and it's white. Oh, I got Tigatron.
Yeah.
How about that? So yeah, DHL came through for me.
Me.
Womp womp. So yeah, Tigatron. He is considerably less frustrating than Cheetor. I think a lot of that just has to do with his size. He's significantly bigger than Cheetor. So the smallest panels and like the smallest kind of like tabs and stuff that you need to secure him in robot mode, they're just bigger. They're significantly bigger than they are on Cheetor. So he's a lot less frustrating. It took me a solid hour to transform him. Fun. And he is, again. So here's the beauty and the tragedy of Beast Wars Masterpiece. So comparing point A beast mode to point B robot mode is incredibly impressive. So if you look at the two destination points, it's amazing what they're doing. The journey between those 2 points, right? Everybody has existential debates on, like, what is this? What am I doing with my life? Like, as you walk that path. He suffers from the same thing that almost every Masterpiece Beast Wars toy to date has suffered from. And that is, if you make one mistake, if you have one tab that's off, if you have one panel that's off, like structurally, the robot mode or the beast mode like falls to pieces. Like, everything just has to be like so precisely like tabbed in. And then the Tiger mode's pretty solid. I appreciate that he's kind of chunky and thick. He's not built like a cheetah at all. He's very definitely like a thick tiger. And the robot mode's very solid and sturdy. He's a little top heavy. So you might have trouble kind of like posing him and having him stand. But again, the trick is like everything has to be like perfectly tabbed and slotted, and then it's structurally sound. And if you make one mistake, he kind of falls to pieces. But that is just the line itself. But anyway, I really do, for that, all that said, I do like Tigatron. And I think with the reason why I collect Masterpiece Beast Wars is I can definitely see like the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I'll be surprised if they go past season 1 plus a random Air Razor or Pterosaur or something like that. So like, this is very like doable, like completing this line. And I feel like we're getting pretty close here, to like, I mean, we're on the back 9, I think, of this collection. But yeah, I like Tigatron a lot. He's vastly better than Cheetor. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy with him for sure. The other thing to note is, if you get Tigatron, double check your stripes. I know at least one person where there was a paint app missing on his Tigatron, so his Tigatron was missing a stripe or two.
Oh,
no good for a toy that's over $200.
no.
And then he feels. It's hard to explain, but the shell that comprises the beast mode, it feels kind of like chalky. and it just feels like it's asking to be scratched. So like it feels like it would really take nothing to scratch that surface. It feels like he's made out of chalk or limestone. It's a very kind of odd, kind of almost gritty kind of like finish to him. I mean, it's nice, but keep children away from Tigatron. Anyway, so double check your decos, and I do hear that Amazon Japan is fairly friendly with exchanges, or at least they'll listen to you, and they do respond in English and whatnot. But double check him, and then be very careful with him. He does feel like he is very much not scratch resistant.
Cool. Okay. Anything else? That's it, right?
I think that's it.
Sweet. I'll just rush to mine. I got the Centurion. It was complete as far as I can tell. So that's good. I was in Walmart yesterday. Had no expectation whatsoever of finding this. Actually, first time I come across it, but I got the reissue blaster.
Nice.
Yeah. I can always use another blaster add to the pile. When I was in there, though, I came across it. You know, it's as a recording, we're approaching Halloween season. And there's always something Transformers related. Usually movie stuff. I think last year, though, there's some G1 stuff. And I came across a G1 Optimus Prime costume. Of course, it's a child medium, so obviously I have no intentions of ever wearing this. But something I'll hang up. And I always like random crap like this, so it looks cool.
How are you going to display it?
Just hanging up, just like this.
Are you could like unpack him and put him on the floor like a bear rug.
I
like
could.
he's skinned.
Maybe you should look into child mannequins.
Oh yeah, I could look into that actually, or I could just pay my 8-year-old to stand quietly and very still.
I don't think there is an amount of money in the world that you could pay an 8-year-old to stand quietly and still.
Yeah, well,
I just want a child mannequin in your search history.
That's kind of what I was going for. Yeah.
okay.
That's interesting though, because all I've seen for Transformers costumes at the Walmart here is the like evergreen style.
Yes. Okay, $33.
I didn't know that G1 one was a thing.
$33, but it's on a hanger. I don't want that. I want one with a head.
Yeah, and feet.
Oh god, these are creepy. These are
I'm
like
sure.
some of these are like way more realistic than a mannequin. Oh dear god. No way. No.
It's like today's special. Maybe it'll, come to life. Do a little number.
That's horrible. Okay. So you're not like that. Speaking of my 8-year-old, we were in Target last week and I saw NPM Starscream. And she's like, "You have everything in here, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." Like, at one point, I don't have that, but I don't want it. Well, that was before it went on clearance, and I got it. And
Nice.
she saw it yesterday or this morning, and she's like, "I thought you didn't want that." And I'm like, So
did you start explaining to her like comparative economics in toy collecting?
Yeah, I'm like, it's half the price though. They cut the price in half, and she's like, "Okay,
Yeah,
I guess."
you didn't want it for the original price they were selling it for, but for half price, that's not too bad.
Yeah. So
Did you see it's down to 70 off?
that's in
Some
Canada.
places, yeah.
Canada, right? So, but
And MP Ratchet is closely behind him.
yeah, Ratchet's.
Oh, I hope so, because I don't want to pay 120 for that.
So
I'd rather
I
pay
think
60.
Ratchet's a trickier proposition with this because I'm pretty sure the specific reason they marked down Starscream was because they had Ratchet on schedule to come out so soon afterward, and they didn't want to have to deal with two of those in active inventory. I don't think there's anything coming after Ratchet that's going to put them in a hurry to mark that down.
Well, the other thing is too, they're probably doing their reset for Christmas. So whatever they're setting up now is going to be stocked at least till after Christmas.
Why did you put the thought into me to buy a mannequin?
Just to see if it would work?
It sounds like it did.
I'm honestly surprised.
Hopefully, I'll forget about this before tomorrow.
Yeah, Brian, just buy the DVD and you'll be fine.
Well, you gotta buy it now, Brian. You gotta buy something on the show.
The DVD of what?
Mannequin.
Oh, the movie. I got you.
Wow. Something I haven't thought about in 25 years.
Yeah. Actually, this
Unexpectedly obscure this week, Don.
Yeah. This is actually older than 25 years. This is 28.
Oh, Mannequin?
No, this is 28 years. The last thing I got, I don't know why. I saw it on eBay and I just looked for the best price I could get. It's mint on sealed card, G2 hubcap.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Like mini bots from G2 and things like GoBots are still relatively inexpensive. So, gosh, I remember buying Cyberjets for like $5 each.
I mean, Cyberjets are still comparatively inexpensive, even on card.
Yeah.
I would genuinely recommend anybody who is looking for like a nice, easy, quick vintage toy purchase, like go on eBay and find a couple of cheap Cyberjets.
Yeah.
Even if you intend on opening them, which I have no problem with, like they're cool toys too.
Yeah. So I've just been buying up some G2 stuff lately, sealed, just so I can have it. So
A quick aside, it's not cheap? Centurion drone. It's more than double retail on eBay.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, it pre-sold out really quickly on
That's
Pulse,
right.
so I wouldn't rule out though that they might do another run of it like they're doing for like the PulseCon exclusives.
guess so. Very possible. Actually, go ahead.
I don't know because I don't think the Pit of Judgment got the second run.
Well, so it went to sold out and then onto pre-order status. So I think that was a case where they did the same thing, but they already ran through what they expected they could do a second run of faster. We'll have to see how that works out, probably.
So
If they want to do a third run, I'll buy another one.
yeah, me too. Absolutely. So before we move on, I mentioned just buying up G2 stuff. So I've been in the process of moving from the one house to the next, and my whole collection's been moved to this house, but most of it's in the garage. And Kim happened to be up there, and we were in the garage, and she was trying to move around, and she implored one more time not to leave her with all that crap when I'm gone. So I'm trying to take it to heart. So I had a lot of fun, even though I hate eBay. I kind of had a lot of fun just selling a bunch of crap recently before the move, and basically selling a whole lot of crap and turning it into fewer but more valuable, cooler crap. So that may be an exercise that I have for the next year or so. Maybe I can wind up with, oh gosh, I bet I could get rid of enough crap to get that stupid G2 Defensor. That would be the worst idea. That would be the worst idea ever.
You want that?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
All right.
I would want that. Absolutely, I would. So, yeah. Kim I probably shouldn't share that idea. Share that idea with her.
I just like the idea of like somewhere on like the wiki or something, like the location of that G2 Defensor will be Brian Kilby's basement.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll as I continue to move stuff from the garage to the basement, I think I'm going to try to put stuff aside that may get resold. So we'll see. Okay, let's PulseCon. We were talking about. We sort of danced around it. PulseCon happened, and there was a lot of damn time spent on the Earthrise series, and absolutely
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
I thought it was Earthrise.
Earthrise is this year. What are you talking
Are
about?
you talking about the
TV
animated
series? The animated series.
Oh, I thought we were talking about.
I'm sorry.
And that was the first thing Transformers related that came up during PulseCon. And
Yeah, I just didn't care.
Well, they were talking about Siege, not Earthrise. But
No,
they did show an Earthrise, like a preview of Earthrise.
Oh, they were talking a lot about Earthrise as far as what they were leading up to. I thought that was the whole point of the panel.
It was basically like look back at the production of Siege, and then they ended it with a tease of Earthrise.
It was interminable. It just drove me bonkers.
Be nice.
No, it's just like I guess my thought is, it was the series itself was okay as far as what we got. The reception for it was mixed, and I don't think anybody who watched and were chatting along with the presentation actually liked it, because it was like everybody hated it, which was kind of funny. And they spent really the most time of anything with that, and I just don't get it. It's just kind of like, Hasbro just isn't connected with their fans in that respect. I mean, so that was
I think everybody was too busy spamming no target.
Oh yeah, that was still
chat.
going on
Oh,
because
God,
that was still
yeah.
going on because of GI Joe. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for like 3 days.
God, more GI Joe exclusives from Target. I will never get the ones that are there now. I will never get the ones that are coming out. And it's a Viper. Like, I would like to have like 10 of those. Nope, not getting one.
I managed to get 2,
Oh, nice.
but I missed Firefly. So I was quick enough to get 2 Vipers, and I missed Firefly.
Well, considering it in like terms of what you'd have to get on the aftermarket to fill in the holes, the Vipers are probably the better thing to be able to get, firsthand.
Yeah. But on the good side, though, there was a lot of toys they showed off. And there was what? Was there anything we didn't actually have spoiled already?
Yeah, so
I mean, we saw
between
more.
spoilers and the IGN preview, we saw most of it, but we did get our first looks during the PulseCon presentation at the core class Vertebrake, which is another fossilizer, but not one that splits into weapon parts, and the core class Optimus Prime, which actually looks pretty neat for a little miniaturized $10 Earthrise Prime.
Yeah, for whatever reason, at the time I thought it was new. Then I thought, no, I just forgot about it. But no, I guess it was new. It looks great. I'm super excited about it.
So I will probably impulse buy one of these if I see it hanging in a store at some point. I did not actually take the step to pre-order that Optimus Prime, but it looks pretty nice for what it is.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. We got to see, so they showed off some art of Kingdom, and we saw what the robot mode of the Ark is supposedly going to look like, which is going to be the last Autobot.
Yeah, which had been strongly rumored for a little while prior to this.
Is that a good idea?
I mean, what else are they going to do with it? Cosmos?
I mean, honestly,
I would have been fine with that.
I don't. When I say animated Omega Supreme, if you're going to do the Ark, why not? I mean, you don't have to call it animated Omega Supreme. Just make it look like animated Omega Supreme.
Who is the last Autobot?
So that was basically the contingency, a plan of Primus.
It's from the late Marvel Comics,
Yeah.
the end of the Marvel Comics US run.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with it because it's one of those things that realistically there should never be a toy of, but
No,
we're
there
getting a toy
shouldn't.
of it. So I kind of love it just on that fact alone.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'm not complaining. I think it's awesome.
But would I love for it to look vaguely like animated Omega Supreme? Yeah, but I'm not going to complain that it's the last Autobot.
No, I mean, yeah, of course. It's something we never would have expected. No, something I would have never expected to actually see, and it's cool. So I'll get it. But of course,
So,
I'm gonna get it.
Diecast, the last Autobot's design heavily influenced Cybertron Vector Prime. So there's kind of a relation there. So, spaceships turning into ancient Autobot, contingency plan things. It's just kind of I don't want to say it's a trend, but it has precedent in the toy line.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and anything from Marvel is pretty awesome that we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, big
And I can kind of see what the last Autobot was in the Marvel comics. I can see that kind of being able to be adapted into the story they're trying to tell with the War for Cybertron toy line and its supporting media. The pieces fit together in my head, even if it wouldn't necessarily be my first choice of where to go with it.
How are they going to get us a Big Red now?
Honestly, after Galactic Man, anything could happen with selects.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
what could be a good big red? I don't really. The last Autobot with a new face, kinda. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That would be wonderful, though. That would be great. What else? So, I mean, stuff looks great. Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron looks great. Was there anything else that we didn't? So, you guys this weekend posted RFC Extra episode 50, where you really went into detail on this and a lot of other things.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess really here I just want to focus more on some hot takes or quick takes just on some of the things. We've covered most of these before. We got, I guess, our best look at Cyclonus, or was Cyclonus as part of the reveals last week at IGN?
Well, yeah, but during the presentation, John Warden had a sample of Cyclonus, so he was able to show different angles of it, and we saw that the robot and jet motor are like super, super clean looking.
Yeah. Oh, no backpack. That was
no backpack and no underhang in the jet mode.
Yeah. That was just interesting to hear him say, no backpack.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, it's not like backpack has really been a recurring issue for Cyclonus toys in general. That's sort of just how Cyclonus works out.
Yeah, it's just funny. Go ahead.
Were we thinking, or had we heard previously that this was going to be based on the universe engineering, same with Earthrise?
I don't know if we had heard anybody say that outright, but we had kind of put two and two together when we saw that unpainted production colors test shot over the summer.
Yeah, because of the way the shoulders worked out there.
Yeah. And for, modern Cyclonus engineering, there's basically two approaches you can take, which is the 2008 Universe toy or the Combiner Wars version, which is just Silverbolt with the Cyclonus skin.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, the Unite Warriors version of that I love dearly. It's a beautiful, beautiful toy, and it's also not made of clear plastic, so its leg won't snap off in my hand.
Anything else, though, really?
One thing before we move off of Cyclonus, so on the Saturday when they were doing the reveals, Takara Tomi's Transformers Twitter account posted their own photos of some in-hand samples they had. And while the Cyclonus we've seen from the US presentation looked more like it's favoring the purple end of Cyclonus deco, the in-hand one they had was much more to the blue end like he looked in the cartoon. And I'm kind of hoping that ends up being more what we get, because I don't mind a purple Cyclonus so much. I have several that I like a lot, but part of what made the Unite Warriors one special to me, that was the first one that really leaned hard into the cartoon look for the character, and I'd kind of like to have an updating of that more than another just purple semi-toy based Cyclonus.
So let's see. In the art, we also saw Polar Claw, right?
Oh, okay. So I haven't looked into this deeply myself, but our Discord chat is saying apparently Polar Claw and Gears was in the art too. Apparently did not make the cut for toys, but because of miscommunications with the art department, they were not removed from that mural piece. So,
oh boy.
Do we know that by the end of Kingdom that Gears won't be represented at all? I mean, isn't that just speculation, or did the Hasbro explicitly say that?
I assume it's coming from the inside sources, which have been basically right about everything else so far.
Oh, okay. I'd like to have new Gears.
Yeah. I mean, I have the one before. One of our listeners years ago gifted me with one because I had complained on the show about not being able to get one when it was new, and I'm still grateful for that. I'm pretty happy with that because, it goes back to when Classics and Generations was more about reimagining the G1 characters instead of G1 with kneesing them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kneesing, or would it be G1 with kneeing them? I'm not sure how the grammar would work on that
I like
one.
kneesing.
Yeah, I kind of do too. I do that thing about just purposely wrong grammar just for effect.
And I'll be honest with you. So again, we're doing this through Google Meet now and not through Skype. So on my end, to move things around correctly, I have the translation or the dictation on for our video, and it actually accurately captured sneezing, and it spelled it correctly as Kneesing.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I know. So
Google is scary.
Google is scary.
Yes.
So, sad, no polar claw, no gears. Hopefully the inside source is wrong. So, okay. Anything else from PulseCon that we want to bring up?
Optimus Primal looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Discord chat did correctly point out that we hadn't actually seen Optimus Primal before the presentation, so that was also an all-new reveal.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something else, but it's just with all the leaks and the IGN.
Yeah, it's a little bit of overload, because like I realized after the fact that when we did the RFC Extra, we forgot to even like talk about Vertebrake at all. But I mean, to be fair, we were trying to like kind of touch on all of the Hasbro properties we had comments on that had panels over that 2-day stretch.
Yeah.
I for anybody who's like wanting a deeper dive into this, definitely go check out RFC Extra 50. We had like an hour and 20 minutes of conversation that I was able to chop down to like a 45-minute podcast. So it's very like to the point and accessible and not super rambly.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. We got a pricing on the Transformers Prime 10th anniversary set. That was
and actually
amazing.
Like, yeah. We didn't talk last week about what these were, did we? Or did we have that out?
I think we talked about it. I don't know that the
okay. Yeah, no, we didn't have the pricing until they launched the pre-orders over the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, and we were speculating on the pricing at the time.
Yeah, okay. So I'm very pleased to admit that I was wrong in my estimate, and I'm floored by what the reality of it actually is.
I'm actually surprised too. I was on the lower side.
Yeah,
and
but still pretty
I
high.
didn't even expect this.
So what?
Yeah.
$40
If it was
for the
prices
set
right, we both would have lost.
for breakdown in the Viacon was $40.
Yeah.
And did we know about Hades Megatron at the time?
No.
No.
So that was new.
And that's only 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, the 2-pack of previously hideously expensive figures is already pre-sold out.
I may have pre-ordered 2 of them.
I did too. I didn't even like Prime, and I pre-ordered 2.
I've never had obviously I have the car Viacon from that same core engineering. I've never had either version of the Jet one, and of course I've never had a version of that Breakdown. And I might be, investing in the future because I'm sure the price is not going to be depressed on the aftermarket for very long.
Hey,
No.
Don, did I buy JD's Breakdown, or did we sell that to somebody else? Do you remember? Okay.
I don't remember, Brian. It's been too long ago.
I don't know what I
Sorry.
have, what I don't, and I know JD had one, and I at least considered buying it. So,
Yeah.
I have to lean on other people to tell me what I have, which is so sad and pathetic. Triplet's my usual person, but sometimes I'll hit up Don or Chris. Okay, yeah, but so Hades Megatron. So what's up with that?
I didn't pre-order that.
Is that a specific version of Megatron? I forget.
It is something they released in Arms Micron.
It's what
But,
Voyager
like,
it's the Voyager.
Yeah,
toy.
it's the Voyager Robots in Disguise Prime Megatron. It did not have a specific analog in the show.
Or the Prime Megatron.
What?
You said Robots in Disguise.
Well, when Hasbro had first edition Prime, and then the line we were actually able to buy was Robots in Disguise Transformers Prime.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's that mold, and it's an Arms Micron release that existed before, but it was not based on anything specific in the show.
Yeah.
It just seemed to be a way for them to
just-
get an extra use out of the mold in Japan.
What's making me
Blader
smile
just
is
let me know that the 2-pack is back up for pre-order at Hasbro Pulse.
Nice.
It was down when I looked a couple days ago, but it is back now, so there's still a shot at it if anybody wants it.
Cool.
What's making me smile too is in the background. It's that line art that we got, years ago that I was
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited about, and it has like Unicron in the background, and I was like, see, they're gonna do Unicron.
Yeah, that's what they're using for
gonna
their
do
art
it.
assets. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, I think that's it from PulseCon that we covered.
Well, just the Galactic Odyssey Part 3, because for some reason they couldn't show us Part 2.
Oh, that's right. The clones.
So yeah, that's where the Autobot clones are coming out, which everybody was, expecting that because Target got the Decepticon ones, and so at the very least, unlike the Decepticon clones, these are not just a rerun of the Takara ones, one for one. They're not that pinkish red color. And John Morton said they have like a unique new deco, so apparently they're not going to just be reruns of the Hasbro versions from before either.
They're very close to the Hasbro versions because I saw a comparison going around online. It looks like they're a little bit more shiny red. And then
of course, photography can just do that too.
Yeah, that's true. And then like the Autobot emblem on the nose cone is.
Yeah, I assume it's coming down to like details more than anything else, because there's only so many ways you can kind of vary up what the Autobot clones look like, and like Takara went to the extreme end by making the tone of red they use just look like what the animation looks like on a TV screen.
Yeah.
Which nobody was satisfied with. But yeah, so that'll be coming out by December on Amazon. Yeah. I say by December because like the Ratchet and Lifeline 2-pack was originally solicited for December, and now apparently some of us are going to get that as early as Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah, a shock to a shock in terms of wow, that was fast, and also a shock in terms of the financial hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The problem is like we've got PulseCon, some of Wave 2. I'm still probably going to get like in the next week or two, and then a lot of Wave 3 plus that Amazon set. It's like a lot of stuff in a week and a half.
Yeah.
So what may be the worst thing coming out in a long time is this Megatron water pistol.
I mean, worse in one sense, but also like kind of amazingly awesome.
It's like 6,200 yen, so it's about $60. And
where can we order it from? I want.
You don't, because if Customs opens up the box that it's shipping and sees it, they will confiscate it. And I was talking with one of my friends in Australia about this when the news dropped, and like for him, if his country's customs found it, he would also get fined.
As long as I don't get fined, I'll risk it.
Well,
yeah, I would risk it too for this.
I was making the joke at the time though, like that's not going to be a very fun water gun when the retailer's trying to import it and start gluing orange safety caps over the end of it.
No, it'd be kind of crappy. Yeah, so it basically it looks like G1 Megatron with all the accessories, but it's a water pistol.
It's I would say it's a highly realistic P-38 Walter water gun that just happens to have a Decepticon logo on it.
Yeah.
I would be a responsible adult, and if I got this, it would not leave my house.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying any of us would do something stupid with it, but laws exist regardless of intent. The thing I wonder about this is, like, when you put the silencer extension on it, how does that affect the travel of the water coming out of it?
As long as it's completely hollow, it probably has no effect.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, I would more think like just if the pressure of it is not high and the stream drops off pretty quick, it might not actually make it out of the end of the barrel except as a trickle.
Yeah. I can't help but want it, but it's stupid. And if I don't get it, it'll be okay. I
mean, I kind of would too, if not for like the import risk with it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to pay $75 to import this and have it get confiscated at customs.
Yeah.
And then be on someone's list for trying to import realistic firearms replicas.
The thing that's kind of cool about this, now that I'm looking through the photos, the port where you fill up the water is on top, and it's red and it's ugly, but they actually have a cover that's full silver that slides over that. So if
Oh.
you just want to leave this on your shelf, you're not even going to be able to tell at first glance that it's a water gun. Someone did a really nice job with this.
Yeah, this is something that really only could exist in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Diecast, the giant water gun sticker / sign at the very top would probably help some.
I mean,
Well, on the box, I'm talking about the actual gun itself.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and let's see what else. Oh, there's going to be a 2015 Devastator Combiner Wars reissue.
That's going to be an Amazon exclusive, apparently.
And what, 300 units? Something like that, if I remember right?
Okay, so the news broke through Ozformers. So what we've been able to put together on this since then is that it's globally an Amazon exclusive, and for Australia, there's going to be 300 units available through Amazon Australia. I assume, like, Australia's probably getting a relatively low number of the overall allocation of this, but I can't imagine any market's going to get, like, a lot of these.
Yeah, I just wonder what is feasible for Hasbro or Takara to rerun this for. Because I thought it's 300 units total. That's like 45 grand. Then that's not counting, what they actually get. So
I was kind of wondering if they were going to find some way to reissue that Devastator because of all the Studio Series stuff linking into the 86 movie and
Yeah, it
Devastator
makes sense
playing a part in it. Yeah.
So, one thing we can look at for some kind of a yardstick on this is when Takara Tomy tried to do Grand Maximus, and they had to get 2,000 pre-orders just to start production on that. So, we can infer from that it's not even worth one side or the other doing this without getting a fairly substantial
2,000.
number of units confirmed that they can sell. So, obviously there's going to be thousands of these reissues just based on that logic, but I'd be surprised if it's, too far into the 5 digits.
do we know, is it going to be the Hasbro or the
globally?
Takara? It's going to be the Hasbro or the Takara version, do we know?
Hasbro, I believe.
Everything I've seen has presented as Combiner Wars, so I'm assuming it's the Hasbro version of the molds.
Okay.
Which
Not
is
that lucky
not
to get
so
that.
ideal. Also, I think, was it last winter, 2019, that Takara actually reissued Unite Warriors, Devastator, and Superion? Was it that year or the year before? John, you would probably be more in tune with this.
COVID has destroyed my concept of time.
Yeah.
I think it was in the last year.
Yeah, I think it was like a year-ish ago.
Unite
Yeah.
Warriors, Devastator.
Also, if anybody's picking up,
It wasn't too long ago, so like,
I was gonna say, if anybody's picking up this Devastator and it's new to you, it's your choice, but I do highly recommend buying a shoe for that left foot. That mix master. That mix master. He's a teensy. He makes a teensy foot, so he really benefits from a nice third-party sock.
Okay. Cool. Okay. But that's the thing. So does it have a price on it? Did I miss that?
I didn't see that information so far.
Okay. Hopefully it'll be comparable to what it was, but who knows?
I mean, I would assume it will be
150.
commensurate with current Titan class pricing, so 150, 160, probably something like that. It'll be sub 200, I'm sure. Amazon Prime Day is coming up in October, like
October 13th.
Yeah, so my gut feeling on this is that Amazon will choose to launch the pre-orders for that during that time. So probably we do not have long to wait for that. And Ozformers also alluded to some other Amazon exclusive that they were going. So Amazon Australia, or Hasbro Australia, excuse me, was working with Ozformers as they do from time to time to give them some reveals for their local fan community. And one of them was going to be another Amazon exclusive, which was also going to be a limited number of units like Devastator. But right before they were going to make the reveal, Hasbro US basically told them, no, you can't do that yet. So apparently there's something else in the works that will probably be another reveal during Prime Day. Now, for all we know, though, that could end up just being Amazon and Hasbro finally acknowledging Earthrise Blue Streak.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Hey, if you're going to do Amazon Prime Day, don't forget tfradio.net/Amazon helps us, whatever it is, for whatever the final amount of help actually is. It does help us out. Amazon slowly chips away. I saw something come through, an update from Amazon talking about a new program that they were offering, and it said, and the bounty or the return on this is 0.0%. Like that was, I'm like, why am I doing it? So
That's neither an incentive nor at this point a surprise.
no, 0. Yeah, so I think that was the bounty on one of their programs. It was kind of funny. But tfradio.net/Amazon, it really does help us out. And there's toilet paper and stuff that you need, and toothpaste.
I just like to make fun of it.
Yeah. So that's there. Prime Day. God, Prime Day is so awesome. Because if you ever needed a remote control toothbrush, or
I'm sorry, what?
or glasses with an FM radio built into them.
Wow.
Okay, so glasses with an FM radio I could kind of see, because like you could have an earpiece on the arm of it, but like I'm trying to wrap my head around this remote control toothbrush.
If you ever need a
thing.
left-handed back scratcher, Prime Day is wonderful.
Hey, real quick, for some reason, I discovered last week that my kid's toothbrush, it is my phone picks it up as a Bluetooth device.
What?
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
I've heard of those.
What?
That's
All right.
bizarre.
I think it's so you can track brushing habits.
Oh my God! Put on my tinfoil hat. The government's coming.
Imagine
They're
that.
tracking,
Did
they're
you brush
tracking my
your
kid through her
teeth?
toothbrush.
Yeah. No, you didn't. I have it on my phone.
You know, I do have to say, as far as like monitoring my kids go, a couple years ago they were doing. I got the bright idea. It's like, on Kindle there's 1 million books, and you can just read on your tablet. And what I found is that they were spending like 3 seconds per page. So literally, they had to read 20 minutes a day. They were literally just flipping through pages, and it was counting as reading. And yeah, so tracking kids, it's important because they will try to cheat you.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Parenting by Brian.
Yeah,
Your kids, they'll try and cheat you.
they will try to cheat you.
Well, yeah, that's why you got to issue comprehension tests for what they've read after every day's worth of reading.
Teachers don't get paid enough.
No, you do. I'm saying.
I know. No, I'm just saying teachers don't get paid enough. It's like,
hard agree.
No.
oh
yeah.
God, this teaching at home is the worst thing. It is the worst thing. I'm just not cut out. I'm not cut out for it at all. Okay. Patreon.com/TFRadio. I want to thank our touched patrons, Kevin Dorsey, Peter, and Peter's in the chat, and I'm going to butcher his name like always. Giannakopoulos, Peter, PhD, MD, Sean Bratton, Jacob Owen Lucci also in the chat right now, Jason W. Rye, Sean Hamilton, I don't know if Sean's here today, Mike Mallory, Jason Hiley, Jonathan James, Matthew Dedman, Hector Bones, wonderful name, Nathan Sampe, Spider Bob in the chat, Rabbits, Emmett Stresovich, Gaming Fix, Patrick Davidson, Joey Russell, and Ryan Bona. Thank you all so much. You are awesome. You are awesome. Yes, Rodimus Supreme, we are already done. It's like almost 2 hours. We're an hour and a half. Nah, we start at 8:30. It's almost 10. Hour and a half. But yeah, so if you want to be a patron, you can go to patreon.com/tfradio and sign up. And of course, these folks can be found at tfradio.net/credits. We're everywhere on the internet. Today is apparently International Podcast Day. And fortunately, not getting political, but the debates really killed any traction on that. And I will say this, the reason I'm a terrible podcaster in the sense, but in the sense that I don't want to promote the podcast. Like, one thing, there's a meme. It's kind of like the guy who there's like 50 urinals, and then somebody's like the far left, and then a new person walks in and walks right up to them and says, "I have a podcast." Like I never want to share or do anything like that. So International Podcast Day is always a day where it's just people sharing their podcast, and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to hear about your podcast. So fortunately today, the debate sort of curbed that. But yeah, but we're everywhere. Any place you want to find a podcast, you pretty much can find us there. You know, we still I thought that I'd killed it, but apparently we still have our app, our Android app. Because I got an update for it a couple days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you have to submit an update?
No, so our software provider does occasional updates for security and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I got an update for it. I'm like, holy crap. So
Okay, that's a lot less worrying.
yeah. So, but yeah, you can find us anywhere. Spotify. Just go to our website, tfradio.net. You can go to my website, briankilby.com. Hard at work on my Christmas album. Sorta.
That's what we're afraid of.
Yeah. I have done some work on it this week. I want to get it done by late October. Or actually, I guess late November. But you can find that at briankilby.com, and it will, of course, be $0.00, as always. It's free. It's bargain. You can find me on Twitter at bkilby and on Instagram at briankilby. Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, as usual, my photography work can be found at playphotography.com, and I'm on Patreon, and I would recommend people to go and become a patron, because just today I have put out a gallery on exclusive early access to my Patreon for the Autobot Alliance 2-pack, Earthrise, Ironhide, and Prowl. So there's over 200 photos of that in total. Patreon.com/playwithphotos for as little as $2 per month. You can get access right away, and early access to most new galleries that go up. Also, I would suggest people to keep an eye on the website itself starting tomorrow for something interesting that may be starting. So look forward to that. Of course, by the time you've heard the podcast version of this, it'll probably be like the second or third already. So go check out the website and look back a couple days. On social media, you can follow me at playwithphotos on Twitter or Instagram.com/playwithphotography. I posted a fun photo of Ironhide while I was working my way through the gallery shoot for that, which got a surprising amount of traction on Twitter. At last check, I don't have TweetDeck open right now to go look, but at last check, it was over 400 likes in like 24 hours.
Oh, nice.
So that's possibly better than anything I've ever done. But I'm very happy with that photo, so it's a good result overall.
How many do you have? How many tweets and retweets?
Well, over 400 likes.
Oh, so I got maybe not the most popular tweet that I've ever done, but the most popular in a while was a meme that I stole from somebody on Facebook.
That's probably fine.
Yeah, I got
Theft.
It was theft, and I feel so bad because it's I normally want to have original stuff, but the meme was just too good not to steal, and I just really real quick want to.
Yes, I just pulled this up on my phone. So the Ironhide photo has 85 retweets and 404 likes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's, if not the most popular, it's definitely one of the most popular things I've ever posted.
I'll pull this up. Just keep going on. Sorry.
Yeah, so definitely follow me on social media, because as much as I can, I try to post cool stuff like that, and it usually ends up being unannounced previews of things I'm working on galleries for when I have some content like that going on. So it's always worth a look just to kind of see what else is going to be coming up. And of course, you can follow me personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. If besides support on Patreon, if you would just like to do a nice thing for me, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/ChrisList. You can just throw some random stuff at me that I'd enjoy having, and I think that wish list now has some stuff that I could also apply to the photography work too. So it's another way to kind of help the website operations a little bit too for me.
Cool.
And of course, all the wish list purchases made through that link go back to help the show out a little bit.
Sweet. Rob.
Okay, I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Rob Flails. Rob Flails is the Twitter account for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. Still covering Gundam games for the PS4 at the moment. Gundam Battle Operation 2 did successfully add water last week, and the incredibly appropriate mobile suit edition of the Methus, which I'm not sure the Methus was even ever used on Earth, let alone in water, but it's submersible in this, so there you go. But the game updates every Wednesday night into Thursday, so check out the channel Thursday afternoon to see what's been added. And if you like what I'm doing there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. You can throw me a couple of bucks, request specific mobile suits and things. And also, if you like what I'm doing, I also have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/claylist. And just like Chris's, a couple of cents will go back to the podcast if you get anything for me off of that.
Sweet.
So, as close as I can remember, the closest the Methus came to being on land was when it entered Von Braun City.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Which is on the moon for people who do not know Gundam. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that could actually survive Earth's gravity.
Yeah,
I feel like its spine would just snap.
Yeah, they don't like to restrict things to space only anymore, just because a lot of people don't play space. So it's just, I get the reasoning. It's just really kind of weird to see that, on the ground and again occasionally underwater.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
So the meme that I stole on Twitter, it was about Beast Wars, and it got 911 retweets and 3,800 likes.
Boy.
And stuff I spend 15 hours on, we'll get like
3
likes.
Of course.
Yeah, 3 likes and no retweets. Yeah, so there you go. Just steal stuff. That's how you get popular on the internet. Speaking of stealing stuff, Don. Sorry, Don.
No, you're not. You're not the least bit sorry.
I love you, Don.
No.
Yeah, if this is love, I hate to see hate. I can be found on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4, EVR.
Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can see all my reviews on tfradio.net/reviews. I have a wish list also. I don't know why you would want to get me anything, but I have a wish list at tfradio.net/diecast list. And then you can also like my page on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast. And
Oh, holy crap, Diecast. I'm looking at your list right now. That War Machine on Amazon is only $27, where it's like $40 retail.
Oh, wow. That's tempting.
No, it's 30
tempting.
retail.
I thought it was 40. Okay, no,
That's
Retail
still
$29.99.
that's not as great as I thought. Never mind.
And then hopefully, some of that stuff that's coming in, maybe I'll get to review that. Oh, but we forgot. On Saturday, I'm getting my Unicron tattoo.
Oh, yes!
So,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to do a live stream of that. So it's starting Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Are you going to do it from Diecast 2 on Twitter? Is that how you're going to do it?
I would do it as a...
You do it from Diecast 2, and then I'll retweet it.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Diecast 2 on Twitter. We're going to do the live stream of the tattoo.
Sweet. Cool. Awesome.
It's probably going to be a 3-hour thing, I would assume.
Ouch. John, are you getting a tattoo this weekend?
I'm not planning to. I don't know. I got a couple days before something goes awry, maybe. Okay, so I'm still that John D everywhere. One last bit of advice, especially for Beast Wars MP. Just go ahead and burn the instructions and fire up YouTube for a nice old instructional video. The paper will not help you. You must find a documentary. you need an actual footage of this transformation happening successfully. So I would highly recommend that.
Did you get MP44?
Optimus Prime,
Yeah.
$400 Opto. Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Which was worse?
Oh, that's interesting. Optimus Prime's worse. because he's like black magic. Like again, between like, or he's like they stuff half his body into his calves.
If I can transform Optimus Prime without instructions or a video, I can transform Tigatron. So I'm not going to bother. I'll probably break something.
Okay, guys. The views and
Anyway,
opinions of Brian Kilby.
I think I heard someone say that Takara actually officially put up a transformation instructional video for Tigatron.
Did they?
Maybe it's the one I watched. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, like, drawings will not help you. That ship has sailed. So
Okay. God, Masterpiece is so jacked up.
but again, I'll tell you this one last thing. The reason why Optimus Prime is worse, like I was saying, like going from point A to point B makes no sense. Like he defies logic and all reason. And again, they figured out a way to stuff a truck into the back of a robot's legs. At least with Tigatron, you can look at the tiger and look at the robot and kind of imagine where we're going. But Optimus Prime, no way, bud. No way.
Okay, cool. No way. Ain't no way.
Now I want to go stuff a truck into somebody's legs.
Okay.
Stuff a truck into a monkey?
Okay, yeah, I'll stuff a truck into a monkey. That sounds great.
Okay. That sounds like a show title. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Actually, that's already been done. Pretender Optimus Prime.
Yeah, you're right, Don. That's exactly right. And I don't have that. I'm not buying it tonight either.
What is that?
I got it to do the American voices. So
nice.
My initial disappointment with him is gone.
It's Diecast's theft.
This is counterfeit as they come. Counterfeit as $400 bills and $150 bill.
Well, Diecast, can I ask you how much you paid for yours?
You can. That doesn't mean I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah, okay.
So I just got to say this. Dan Slott, I love Dan Slott, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows that. But somebody tweeted a picture of Dan Slott. It said, "This is my cousin Greg. He's a huge fan of yours, especially your Spider-Man run. Unfortunately, recently he passed away overseas, and it'd mean much for your family if you just say something in his honor." And it's a picture of the wrestler Chris Benoit, who murdered his family. But Dan was like, Dan just said that's Chris Benoit, professional wrestler who committed to double murder-suicide. I just find that fascinating that somebody, one, would tweet that to Dan Slott, and two, he would just immediately pick it up and know what it was. Dan is awesome. Sorry. God, I can't believe that person tweeted to Dan. Being a celebrity must suck.
Hey, Brian, did you get your little dudes?
Little dudes.
Oh, they'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I can't
Little
remember when I
dudes?
told you about them, but you know.
Yeah, they were supposed to be here like next week or something, but they've updated. Amazon updated and said it'll be here tomorrow.
Is this something that you're saving for next week's show, or can you tell us what little dudes are?
It's the
Action Master, the Space Shuttle Action Masters. Or Micro Masters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little dudes.
Oh, okay.
That's maybe I should have said that turned into a shuttle. That probably would have been.
I need to
more
set of those
descriptive.
dudes.
So it's post show, so I'll just spoil what I'm waiting on right now. I'm waiting on Tigatron, of course.
I mean, that was kind of evident when you said DHL.
Yeah, waiting
yeah.
on Tigatron. Waiting on. I'm getting not that it matters, but I'm getting 2 more Quintessons.
They're there on Amazon at
doesn't
retail.
matter.
Yoink.
Wait, the judge or the
the regular
The-
30 the Voyager toy.
Okay. How many do you have already?
Just 1, so it'll be 3. I forgot that.
Plus your
This is what I forgot. I forgot that I ordered them, so I'm getting
plus your Zun set.
Yeah, plus that set.
Okay.
Let's see here. Amazon. I'm expecting open orders. It's digital orders.
There'll be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I should have. Damn it! I should have Smoke Screen, Kang. I'm gonna get Kang. the Galactic Odyssey set.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Barichi. No, Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Fast Track, sorry. I'm like, just from the photo, I just was going by the photo, and it looked like, yeah, that's Fast Track. The picture. Let's see here.
I thought Black Rariki was supposed to be gold.
Yeah, well, the picture I'm looking, at, the thumbnail, it looks gold from that size. And is that it? Plus, I'm also expecting Unite Warriors Link's Master. I got a really good deal on that. That was supposed to be here.
Cool.
That was supposed to be here like Saturday, so I have no idea. So I think, is that it? I think there's one more thing. I don't know, but I was excited about that Link's Master set.
Yeah, now you have a completely superfluous and redundant Ratchet, as I recall.
Yep, that's why I bought it.
The Skylinks of the set also looks arguably better than the Combiner Wars one.
Yeah, I should go back. There's so many like Henkei and stuff that I need to go back and get.
Actually, I guess I will just reverse on this a little bit and go wider here. Like, most of the stuff in that set is an arguable improvement over the Hasbro ones. Arguable to distinct. Like, Unite Warriors Sunstreaker, which is in that set, is much better in terms of like yellow quality than the Hasbro one.
So, Meek Skull in the chat said, "My wife wants to show 1 week of your significant other's titled Putting Up with Transformers Fans." You know, it's kind of funny. Amanda used to come on, like, post show or whatever it was, and talk occasionally. That was fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kim's not going to come on. I'm not going to. She would decline any such offer. I've only been able to trick her onto things before.
I'm sure she appreciated that.
You know, she hates the idea of it, but once the actual when it actually happens, she's usually okay with it. I did it for the Happy Daily a couple times. So
I think I'm like Matt. I'm gonna go.
Actually, yeah, we should probably wrap it up. It's running long, and I'm about to lose my voice. People watching live, we love you. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
You're awesome. Goodbye.